Okay, I'm just looking down inside here with that feed screw. Okay. Give it a little bit of a lift. I'll get you kind of a look inside there. Okay, hopefully you can see straight down in there. And that's the feed screw bearing. So what I'm trying to do is just crank it up by hand here. Just make sure it goes right in that hole and we're all lined up. Okay, we're actually on the screw there. We're on that screw now. The weight is still supported by the jack, but what I want to do now is I want to place the gib, and that'll take some of the weight off of that feed screw, and I'll be able to jostle things around. So let me go grab the gib, and we'll slide it down into its home. Okay, flip this around so I can see what the hell I'm doing. Alright, so here's the gib and here's the gib screw. So what we're going to do first is just give this some lubrication here. I know I haven't put the oiling system in yet, but I'm just waiting for a few parts. But everything that's in the knee I can get in after the fact, so I'm not really worried about that. So the gib slides down into there. The gib screw hits a notch right here. So I'm going to put it in its notch, I'm going to slide it down. There she is. I'm going to stick some finagling. Okay, all this stuff is obviously going to be adjusted after the fact. Just for the time being, I want to get it in place. Okay, that's tight. That's not tight. Okay, that's as tight as it'll go right there. So I'm going to back it off a couple turns. Okay. And we're going to take the weight off of this here. Alright, all the weight is on that screw now. Alright, so what I want to do now is put in the 2 bevel gears. I'll put in the 2 bevel gears first, and then I can lift the table up and take some of the weight off of it, and then pop in the table lock. So let me get this bar out of here. Okay, so first things first, we have this bevel gear that's going to go on the top here, like so, and it has a washer and a nut. It goes right on the top. Okay. The other component is the actual feed shaft where your crank goes, and another bevel gear engages on this side. What I got to do right now is just stone some of the spikies off of this and push this woodruff key back into place. So let me go do that off camera and we'll be right back. Okay. Alright, that actually engages pretty nice right there. So what I can do right now is let me get something to stop those gears with. There it is there, so just give it a snug. Alright, I'm going to get a wedge. I'm going to wedge that gear for moving and snug her down completely. Okay, we'll get some grease. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so I'm going to reattach the hand wheel housing here, and there's a 0 line right there, so I don't know if you can see it. It's right there. You see a little line. Make sure it's facing up. Should be. I was going to use the crane to get this turret piece in place, but I think we just muscle it up. That probably easier. And obviously I got to level out the mill. Let's see how those Wheaties did this morning. Okay, there she is there. Now I already put the little cross spider in there. So right now, I actually put a thin film of grease around that ridge so she moves nice. So right now, I'm going to line up those screws and put in the bolts. On closer inspection, I actually got my bolts wrong. It's these ones here because they have green paint on there. And just to help myself out, let's put a little bit of never sees on the end here, just to make sure. So I'll just change out those 4 bolts. Those black bolts go someplace else. Again, I didn't take this apart, so we're just flying by the seat of our pants on the fasteners here. So let me change out those bolts. You son of a bitch. Alright, I gotta shorten all this up. Okay, so plan A didn't work. Time for plan B. The only reason why I did it with the strap is because I didn't want to go to the hardware store and get an eye bolt, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So, right on the top here is a threaded hole, 5/8, and it's usually got some sort of screw or plug in it. So I just got an eye bolt. Get your crank in there. And there we go. That should give us enough height to be able to get it in there now. So let me back you up and take 2. There we go. Alright, I'm going to get you a good picture of the inside of there and show you what I had to line up on. Okay, I know you might not be able to see, but you can see a block right there and a block right here, and they move. And what happens is when you tighten this screw here, they splay out, they're pinned at the top, and it's got to fit perfectly in this little channel here. And that's what was holding me back. So now I'll get a few more inches in on this, and I can get rid of the crane here. Okay, so got all that set up. There's a little set screw on top here with a pin that engages into that slot. We just took that out for the time being. Right now, you can see we can move this ram back and forth. So I'm going to move it back pretty much as far as she'll go. So right about there. Leave it there. I'm going to reset this. Just trying to think of where we want that. Somewhere in that position. Actually, I'll leave it down. That's what I'll do. And then we just take this little set screw. Find that slot. Right about there. Tighten that in. Now that can't move. Yep, you can still move the ram back and forth. Alright, so we're getting ready to put the table on here, and now is the time to make sure everything is where you want it and how you want it, and you don't have to do anything in there. Now there are two covers that slide in right in the middle here, the knee. My mill didn't have these. I had to get these. I was able to actually find a used pair for a really good price. If you were to buy them, they're about $45 a piece. Top one's a little tight. Bottom one's good, top one's a little tight. Yep, that's why. I just gotta go address that edge real quick. And it's actually a couple of nicks in the, yeah. There's a couple of nicks on the inside of that track, on the inside of this edge. It's going to stone those off, and that should slide freely. There we go. Alright. Okay, a really good coat of oil. And we're going to go get the table and I'm going to slide her on there. There she be. Alright, we get the gib and the gib screw. I'm just moving it and tightening the screw until I feel drag on the table. So we're nice and we're loose there. There's one turn. Still a little loose. Right there I feel resistance. I'm going to back off a quarter of a turn. I'm going to leave it right there for now. Alrighty, so this will be hooked in this manner, and feed nuts go in there. Alright, so now what will be our next step? Let's you know what we'll do is, and again this will be in a complete other video, I'll hook in the oiling system now so I can make sure that that works before I get this all crazy together, and then we can start putting the rest of it in.